friends, my name is Naomi. Welcome back to my channel. So as you can see on the title, today I am going to be vlogging, and this is for a 3-day readathon, which is the Flowerathon. And this readathon is being hosted by Rachel from Happy Go Lovely Sleeves. So this readathon is taking place today, April 7th, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So April 7th, 8th, and 9th. Today's actually Rachel's birthday, so if you're watching this, Rachel, happy birthday. And basically the whole concept of the Flowerathon is to read books with flowers on the cover, or they could have some type of flower name or just like a woodsy aspect to them. I didn't realize how many books I have with flowers on the cover. So I have like a main TBR, and then if I happen to DNF anything or just not in the mood for something, I have some backups. I'm going to talk you through my TBR for Flowerathon, and as you can see, I am wearing a little rose dress. I'm going to try to wear something floral print for the next 3 days. But yeah, let's just chat through my TBR. So first up, I have The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is my first read. At this point in time, it is actually 4 p.m. so it's like halfway through the day, and I am halfway through this book, and it's really good. I adore Tiffany D. Jackson's writing. It's so easy to read, and yeah, I'm really just flying through this. I've read like 200 pages so far, and I mean, it would be amazing if I can finish this today, but we'll see if that happens. And I went into this knowing that this was a young adult, like, mystery, thriller, horror type book, but I didn't know the exact concept. I knew that it had to do with prom and high school, and our main character's name is Maddie. But as I started reading this is a Carrie by Stephen King retelling, and I did not know that. And it's just really fun to read, and it's obviously really easy to read. One, because of Tiffany D. Jackson's writing. Her writing is really amazing. And two, because it's a retelling, so you kind of know what's going to happen. So it's kind of like easier to read, I feel like, and easier to consume. So I'm really happy that I started off with this one. So yeah, I'm really liking it. YA horror, and it's set in high school, and it has a lot of really good conversations about racism. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It does also have a podcast element, so I've been listening to it when I'm doing other things around the house, and it's pretty good, so you should probably pick it up. I did want to add a little graphic novel, or not so little actually, but I wanted to add some type of graphic novel so I can have like an easier read, and I added orange. It has a whole bunch of trees and like leaves in the background, not specifically flowers, but it still counts. And I think I mentioned this book during a TBR recently. I don't know if it was the one for April or before that, but anyway, this is a slice of life type of manga book. It is set also in high school, and I think it's like about a group of friends, and someone in their friend group passes away, and it's kind of about grief and all of that, but I don't know much else about it, so I'm excited to read this. And this is the complete collection, so I think this is divided by like 3 volumes, so maybe I can try reading like a volume a day potentially. I don't know if that'll happen, but I will try. Next up, I have a fantasy, and I don't know if I'll get to this one because she is chunkier, and that is Foxglove King by Hannah Witten. It has flowers all over. This is a gorgeous cover. I bought this when I was in Kentucky, and I'd heard about it from a couple of people. I mean, I'd heard about it, but like I still don't know what it's about. I know that it's fantasy. So this is epic fantasy, gothic, romantic. So I'm excited about all of those things. And it is set in a court, like a royal court, so that's really exciting. I feel like I haven't read many fantasy books recently that are set like in a court, and I really like that, so yeah. Ooh, this one's super exciting. So our main character, her name's Lore, and she has magic, but basically in this fantasy world, people aren't supposed to know that you have magic because it's not allowed, I guess. And then she's doing something goes wrong, and she's captured by the royal court. So the prince has like an idea that he's basically going to keep her there and make her use her magic for his own gain. and if she doesn't, he's just gonna kill her. So basically she's like kidnapped by the royal court and the prince. So this sounds exciting. It sounds dark and mysterious, and I'm excited about this one. We'll see if I like it though, because fantasy is very hit or miss for me, so yeah. And the last book in my core TBR is What Lies in the Woods. So it has like a little bit of twigs in the cover. And also this is by Kate Alice Marshall. Pretty sure I read a YA book by her, but I can't remember what it was. I'd have to look at her backlist. I'm totally lying. I've never read anything by Kate Alice Marshall. I've just seen These Fleeting Shadows and Rules for Vanishing, and also Our Last Echoes. I've seen them all around, but I've actually never read a book by her, so this will be my first one. And this one follows these three girls, and basically they usually go in the woods and they play like this goddess game. And one day one of the girls, her name's Naomi, like me but spelled differently, she is attacked and she is stabbed 17 times, and miraculously she survives this, and she's able to put away the man that did this to her, who happens to be a serial killer that has been murdering women for many years. So they put this man away, but apparently there is some type of secret that they're keeping throughout all of these years. There's like a secret with what happened that I don't know about, obviously, because it's a secret. So yeah, it sounds really interesting. It talks about how the serial killer murdered 6 women and they were heroes by putting this man away, but they were also liars, and I'm really excited. I can't wait to see what happens. And yeah, alrighty, so those are all of the books in my main TBR, but if I happen to not like one or just DNF something, just mood reading wise, I do have other books with flowers or woods on the cover. I have The Beautiful Ones by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I have The Villa by Rachel Hawkins, which I was really debating putting this on my main TBR, but I didn't do it. And then I have Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater, such a throwback. Yes, those are all of the books in my Flowerathon TBR for the next 3 days, including today. Really enjoying my first one. Don't know what will happen. I'm scared for the Foxglove King. Oh my god. I'm scared about this one. But anyway, but yeah, pretty much I've been working from home all day and listening to the audiobook as I'm doing some work. I'm back at working at home. I only have to go in the office 2 days a week now. And if you missed my little announcement, I now work for Overdrive, who is the company that owns the Libby app. So I know that a lot of you use Libby. So if you follow Libby on social media and also follow Overdrive and the Sora reading app, that's me back there with some of my other co-workers. So yeah, it's really exciting, and I'll also leave all of those links down below just in case you want to go follow. But yeah, I'm now working from home. I have my little setup. I'll show you. My desk is really cute. It's a standing desk, and I have some prints now in the background and all of my books and a monitor, and yeah, it's really cute. But anyway, I'm about to make some dinner, and then later tonight I'm actually going book shopping with one of my best friends, Jess, and we're going to Barnes & Noble. We're doing a little late night book shopping. I think Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez came out today, so I'm gonna go buy that, and then me and her are gonna go grab some drinks, and then when I get home I'll continue reading, and I'll catch up with you probably at the bookstore. Or 2 first. What's next on your list?
I have no idea what it is. I keep hearing about it.
I think, what's her name?
You hated this.
Yeah, but I think you'd probably like it. The Haunting of Adeline. What's her? Tessa. She met her, I think. It was good. Stone Cold Fox. Velvet was a night. Oh, I want to read that one.
The Golden Spoon?
Yes, it's set in London. I'm thinking of keeping it till when I go to London.
Yeah. Library. I try to find this, and it's never there.
I have that book. You can borrow it. The Riddle One's one of my favorites.
I know.
Hi friends, this lighting is terrible, but I'm home. It is currently 10:30 p.m. I didn't think that I'd be out that late with my friend Jess. As you saw, we went book shopping, we went to Barnes & Noble. I bought 0 things, but that's a good thing because I just uploaded a book shopping vlog in Kentucky and I bought quite a few books, so it's okay. I don't need to buy any books anytime soon. But I just wanted to give a little update on my drive to Barnes & Noble, and on my drive home I did listen to a little bit of the audiobook for The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. I am currently on page 269, really enjoying this. Like I already mentioned, I love the writing style. I think the only issue that I have with this book is that it is extremely similar to Carrie. Like I enjoy retellings, but I enjoy very loosely based retellings. This feels like I know exactly what's gonna happen. Like it's very, very similar, except for the fact that some of the characters are different races and stuff like that. And there are some really, really cool and good conversations in this book. I mean, I can talk a little bit about like the beginning of this novel. So obviously, if you know Carrie by Stephen King, you know that in the book Carrie by Stephen King, the girl is very bullied in the book, and it's mostly because she's very religious and she's very shy and quiet. And basically in The Weight of Blood, our main character Maddie, I almost forgot her name already, she is also very shy and quiet, but the beginning of the book starts off with her like sports team or like just her gym class. They have to go on a run and it's raining. And basically she gets rain on her hair, and her hair, I guess she had it like straightened or something. And she was, I guess she is biracial. But I guess you couldn't tell because she straightens her hair. So once she gets some like rain in her hair, it turns very curly, and then people start making fun of her, and then it kind of comes out that she is biracial, that she is black. So, and then that's when they find this out, that's when the kids are really, really mean and honestly just like racist to her. And the conversations that are being had in this book are so important because these are things that have happened in like schools all around the United States, in this country, and just conversations that like probably just happen in real life. Like this isn't like exaggerated, like some kids actually believe some of these things. So I think it's really important that this is happening in this book. Yeah, it just talks a lot about microaggressions and all of this like racism and things like that. So that is where this Carrie retelling it's going, but still it is very similar in all of the plot points. It's not really like, for example, like Cinder by Marissa Meyer, which is a loosely based Cinderella retelling, which I really enjoy because it's sci-fi and it has all these different things. This one, it's super, super close to it. Besides the fact that our main character, who's supposed to be Carrie, is biracial, there's not a lot of very many different things. Like all the other characters from Carrie are in this book. They're very similar to the original book Carrie by Stephen King. So I kind of already know where this is going. The only other also like creative new thing that this book is adding is the podcast element to it, which I'm really, really enjoying. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. I feel like this would be like a 4.5 out of 5 stars, but we'll see how this ends. But yeah, this is how much I have. I'm about to take a shower and, you know, do all the things and get in bed and hopefully continue reading this. I don't know if I'll finish this tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, but we'll see. Good morning, friends. Happy day 2 of the Flowerathon. So I wanted to give a quick update. So I finished The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson this morning. It is currently 11:30, so it's still morning. And I finished this like right as I woke up. I just started reading it and I finished it, and I really, really like this. I ended up giving this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think it's literally the same thoughts that I had last night. Basically, I really liked it. But it was super, super similar to the original Carrie by Stephen King story. So I feel like I like more loosely based retellings than like an actual like it wasn't a copy paste because it definitely wasn't. Tiffany D. Jackson obviously gave her own flair with her writing because I hate Stephen King's writing, and obviously this is nothing like that. This is also YA, which I really enjoyed, and everything that I talked about I really liked, and the podcast element was really cool. So yeah, I gave this a 4.5. I really enjoyed it. If you like Carrie by Stephen King and that concept, and this is more of a young adult version of that, and honestly I feel like this story is even better than the original, but like I know there are some die-hard Stephen King fans, so yeah. Yeah, this is the first read for Flowerathon, and then after The Weight of Blood, I started reading Foxglove King by Hannah Witten. I think I got about 3 chapters in, and I just wasn't vibing with this at the moment. I think it's because it's spring, and I tend to like fantasy more when it's like fall and winter time, so I'm not really vibing. It's not that I'm never gonna read this, it's just not the right time for me. I want different things right now, so I ended up putting this down. I will have to pick this up at another time. I know that I'm going to read this, just not right now, and honestly this book is so big that I don't think it was the best idea for a readathon. But anyway, on to the book that I'm actually reading right now. I started The Villa by Rachel Hawkins, which was not on my core TBR for Flowerathon, but it was just calling my name. I really liked Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. That one is set in like an island, and this one, it's set in Italy in a villa, and it sounds really interesting. I read a little excerpt here at the bottom. It says, inspired by Fleetwood Mac, the Manson murders, and the infamous summer Percy and Mary Shelley spent with Lord Byron at Lake Geneva Castle, the birthplace of Frankenstein, Rachel Hawkins' The Villa invites you into its deadly legacy. Like, those are really cool. Like, Fleetwood Mac, Manson murders, Mary Shelley, like Frankenstein, like that is such a cool premise. So this is gonna be set in like a villa in Italy where some crazy murders happened, and our main character and her best friend from childhood are going over there. I started this, and so far we're just learning a lot about our main character and her best friend from childhood and their connection. They're both writers, and our main character's best friend got like this she's very famous. Like, she wrote like this self-help book, and she got really famous like out of nowhere. So that is like the dynamic right now, and our main character actually writes cozy mysteries, which is really cute. As we're reading about it, she's talking about writing cozy mystery, but she doesn't really enjoy it. She wants to write different things, but it's kind of what's paying the bills right now, so that is why she's doing it. She's also going through a divorce, which is interesting also. I mean, this is my second Rachel Hawkins, but I feel like I really enjoy her writing. And yeah, so now I'm currently waiting for my boyfriend to pick me up. We're going to the garden, the botanical gardens. I figured some flowers during Flowerathon would be cool. We're gonna go grab brunch at this cool bakery. I'm hoping to bring this along and take some cute pictures at the garden. Yeah, besides that, we don't have a lot of plans. I know that we have a Hello Fresh box, so we're gonna be cooking that tonight for dinner. But besides that, I'm hoping to read a lot of this. This is super short. I think it's not even 300 pages long, so I'm hoping to fly through this and then potentially pick up the manga graphic novel Orange, which would be another quick read, and then we'll see what happens after that if I get to anything else. Hello, I am going to be reading a little bit of The Villa while I'm waiting for my boyfriend to come pick me up, but I wanted to mention that I am trying to wear stuff with flowers on it, like floral prints, during this weekend, but today we're going, like I said, to the botanical gardens, and we're going to be walking a lot, so I didn't want to wear anything like jeans or like a dress or skirts or anything like that. So I found this shirt, and I think that's kind of like a flower. I forget what flower that is called, but I found this shirt that says women in Spanish, and she's holding a flower, so figured I'd wear this. It's very subtle, but still a flower. Apple Tree Books. Never been. Fleetborn Killer.
Yeah.
It's so close to you. Outlander. Walk through it. You're gonna go back in time. We are at a vintage store. Oh, it's a Froggo. Wow.
Frog stash.
Loganberry books. Go, baby, go. Favorite bookstore. Hi, friends. Hello. Once again, terrible lighting, but I am at my boyfriend's house and it is pretty late. It's about 8 p.m. So I just wanted to update because I realized I didn't update at all today. So today I finished The Villa by Rachel Hawkins, which I mentioned that I had started. And I actually really enjoyed this. This was not even 300 pages long. It was pretty short. I ended up giving this a 3.75 out of 5 stars, so I really liked it. It was like almost a 4-star, but not really. So I mentioned earlier that this book was sort of inspired by like the Manson murders, as well as like Fleetwood Mac and also Mary Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein, and like the weekend that she spent with Lord Byron when she wrote Frankenstein. So I really liked it. Basically this is a dual timeline, so it's like present time plus like back in the day when these people rented this villa and something happened at the villa. So I really liked it, but I did not enjoy the past timeline. Didn't really care for it. I was a little confused by it. Enjoyed more of the present timeline. So yeah, I liked it though. It was a good read, 3.75. I also really like Reckless Girls, so it's a really quick read. Anyway, I got interrupted by my boyfriend, but I really liked it. That's all I gotta say. So this is the second book that I read for Flowerathon. Obviously today's day 3 as mentioned earlier. And last but not least, I mean it is 8:30, I'm gonna start Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. This is a young adult novel. This is like a super old book. I kind of want to look inside and see what year this was published, but this is a werewolf novel, and people that really liked Twilight at the time would compare this book to Twilight. So I am expecting very angsty vibes. Obviously there's werewolves, so it's kind of similar to Twilight with like the whole Jacob Black thing. But yeah, I think this is gonna be the last book that I'm trying to read for Flowerathon. Obviously day 3, the readathon will be over in about a couple hours, so tomorrow I'll just give a little outro and give a little wrap up with how much I read. Also, this book was published in 2009. Okay, bye. Hi friends, so today is Monday, April 10th, which means today is the day after the last day of the readathon, and I wanted to come on here and do a quick wrap up of everything I read and all of that. So as you know, I started and finished The Weight of Blood on the first day of the readathon. Obviously, as you know, at this point the readathon was 3 days long. I ended up reading 2.5 books. So like I said, obviously The Weight of Blood, this was a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. And then as you saw on the second day of the readathon, I picked up The Villa by Rachel Hawkins, 3.75 out of 5 stars. And then on the very last day, as you saw in the last clip, I picked up Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater, and I got about 100 pages into it, so pretty good amount. So yeah, I read 3.5 books during Flowerathon. It was so much fun and I got a lot read. I didn't realize how many books I have with flowers on the cover. It seems to be a trend. But yeah, that was pretty much it for this readathon. I had so much fun. I haven't been really vlogging, like reading vlogs at all, so this was a lot of fun. Yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.